Don't miss a moment of the program. We're about to go live.
Pre-playground, pre-everything, pre-every day.
10 seconds.
Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have off the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show with Brian Craig.
All right. Yes. Welcome one and all. It is Monday already, July 24th, 2023. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, the Steve King Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. And we've got a big show to get to today, lots of stuff. And President Trump has made an announcement about what he's going to do for the presidential debate. I'm going to get to that here in the first segment. But after the first commercial break, I am going to share with you a story about Fox News Channel that is so shocking, you won't believe it the first time I share it with you, but it is true. I'm going to share with you the most shocking story about Fox News Channel that you have ever heard. This is no exaggeration. And so in the first segment here, get prepared, do what you got to do, but be by your radio without having to leave your ear from the speaker. I don't even know, that's not a very good sentence, but you know what I mean while I go through this, because you are going to hear, and I am not exaggerating, this is not hype, this is just the way it is. You are going to be just disgusted by the Fox News Channel, and it is hard for me to believe this story, but it is well-sourced and true. So do not miss that. I'm going to get into that right after the first break. And we got a lot to talk about as well. I hope we can get in the Jason Aldean in this controversy on the show today as well. But I want to first talk about Trump and the debate. We've got a bit of an announcement from the greatest president ever, Donald Trump, and about the debates. Now, Fox News Channel, this is not what the big story is about Fox News, okay? It has nothing to do with the debate. What I'm going to share with you about Fox News in the next segment is sick and twisted beyond imagination. They are worse than any of the other news outlets in this country, at least the mainstream corporate media. But on an unrelated story with Fox, Fox is in a panic. They drew the straw. They've got the first presidential debate, the first Republican primary debate. It's in less than a month. And their boy that they thought was going to be the superstar has crashed and burned, Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis is getting creamed. He's falling into second place in multiple polls, and he's just going down in flames. President Trump has said he's not going to do the debate. And he's got very good reasons. He says these people got like 3%. Why should I go and lift them up and let them spend an hour or two barking at me when they've got like 3%, 2% or less? Some of them have zero. So Fox News is in a panic over Donald Trump not showing up to the debate next month. And that's a big problem, because what good is a debate on television with the Republican presidential candidates if Donald Trump is not there, right? So, and Martha McCallum and Bret Baier are co-hosting this debate, and it's going to be the lowest rated debate probably in the history of the modern era of presidential debates, because President Trump is not there. And it could not happen to two bigger creeps. Martha McCallum, never Trumper. Bret Baier, a nasty never Trumper. Good for them. And all these losers that have this fantasy campaign that they're actually running for president, like Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, and Pence, and Chris Christie, and all the rest, they can sit there on the lowest rated debate in history and talk to themselves and Bret Baier, Martha McCallum, because President Trump is not going to be there. But President Trump posted something on Truth Social, and if you don't follow President Trump on Truth Social, you should. A lot of people have been talking about what President Trump should do opposite the debate, right? A lot of people say he should have a rally during the debate. And if I remember, in the first campaign, didn't he do just that? There was one debate that he didn't show up to, and he had a rally at the same time. Remember that? So a lot of people have been talking about a rally. And others have been talking about a one-on-one interview of President Trump by Tucker Carlson. And there's been some other ideas as well. But Tucker Carlson doing a one-on-one interview, that sounds pretty interesting to me. No holds barred, nothing off limits. And President Trump posted on Truth Social this. He reposted someone who said, real Donald Trump should do a one-on-one interview with Tucker the night of the Fox debate, right? Someone posted that on Truth Social. President Trump reposted it and made a comment. And President Trump said this, interesting, so many people have suggested this. And I can think of nothing better. Now, I don't know where it would air. Maybe it would be on Twitter. You know, Tucker Carlson's been getting tens of millions of viewers on his Tucker on Twitter show. It's only on Twitter. Tens of millions, over 100 million on one. And even if it was Tucker's lowest viewed video on his Tucker on Twitter show with Trump, which I know it wouldn't be. I'm not suggesting that would be the case. It would not be. It would be very highly rated. In fact, it may get more views than anything. But even if it were Tucker's lowest viewed video on his Tucker on Twitter, he would have more viewers than the primetime news has in the evening, cable or network. And I think it's a spectacular idea. I love the idea of doing a one-on-one interview. I'd like to see it aired not just on Twitter, but every online platform there is, as well as Newsmax, as well as One America News, Real America Voice. Have it on every platform imaginable. And, you know, I remember once, and this is a great idea that I'll throw out there. If anybody's up early listening to Mar-a-Lago, when Bill Clinton was running for re-election, he did a one-on-one interview with a jerk, liberal jerk, Larry King. And they did something that was very strange at the time, and it made a lot of sense, though, looking back. This interview that Larry King did with Bill Clinton aired on television, of course, and it was a big deal. But it also aired live on radio stations across the country, hundreds of radio stations. And I remember it well because it aired on my radio station at the time. It was a pretty cool and unusual thing. So a one-on-one with Tucker and President Trump airing on Twitter, every online platform imaginable, YouTube, Rumble, whatever there is, Facebook Live, although Elon probably wouldn't like that, but hey, you know, all the TV outlets, and on every radio station they can get to carry it. Could you imagine the number of people that would hear that, watch that, respond to it, and how few and tiny the audience would be to this fake Fox News mock debate without President Trump? This is going to be the first presidential campaign, I believe, without debates, not a meaningful debate. I don't think President Trump is going to take part in any debates, and I don't even think Biden and Trump are going to debate. I've been saying this for a couple weeks. The media don't like to talk about this because they count on these debates for ratings. They're big ratings grabs for them. They're not going to have them this time. Biden can't debate. He can't even talk to himself, if you've seen him lately. So this is going to be the first presidential debate in modern history without debates, meaningful, real debates, not this mock debate with a bunch of loser candidates on Fox. And I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this one-on-one with Tucker and President Trump opposite the debate on Fox News? I think that's a beautiful thing. Now, we're going to take our first break. I'm going to take this break on time. You do not want to miss one moment of this show, okay? The next segment, you are going to hear something about Fox News that is going to shock you and make you physically ill, possibly. I know, what kind of a promotion. Don't miss the next segment. You're going to get physically ill listening. You're going to be very upset. And you should be. Do not miss the next segment. There has been something discovered about Fox News that is so over the line, no one that has any morals should be watching Fox News Channel. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. I'm going to get right into that after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Where am I? Where? Okay.
I wish we had them for everyone, but the first 40 true oldies channel listeners to call 833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with installation of your Sloman Shield.
Which one?
Okay. Palm of your hand. And that's not all. Sloman's going to give you a free customized home security system and professional.
Now, if you guys don't, make sure that you watch all of my weekend live streams, which I thought were very good. They're always good, but this weekend, very good. And I got the show I do on the weekend is much different than this one, you know. And I get a lot of compliments from people that tell me they like what I'm doing on the weekends better than during the week, which, you know, I appreciate that. So make sure you guys all watch that. Now listen, those of you that are members, my wife added a whole bunch of new emojis. Go and check those out. And if you become a member of the channel, you get access to all those emojis. And also, you get your name in a special color so you stand out in the chat. But all you members, go check out the new emojis that are exclusive to members of the channel. Yes, yes. We'll be adding more new ones as well. That's the first. I could Freedom Soup, but I'm not going to do that. Why would I dress up the radio station? The radio station's the radio station. I'm not going to do that. Plus, on my my home studio, I use my iMac to stream with and everything. Here at the radio station, I'm using my phone, my iPhone. So I'd have to bring in a computer and get all that set up. It's a lot. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. We got a great community here of people. I live stream every day here. Well, thank you, Troy in Texas. I appreciate that. Oh, it's a completely different setup. But I like the home streams. I do the same show prep. When I do the live streams on the weekends, I do them a little later because I know it's the weekends and people are sleeping in as opposed to during the week. But sometimes I'll do them early at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. if I got things on my schedule I got to do.
Brian Craig. 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Harrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Callers on hold, stand by. You know, it is hot as hot gets. This is one of the hottest summers I remember in Florida since I was a kid. I went on my back porch yesterday afternoon, and it was, my back porch is, of course, I got shaded. The roof on my back porch is insulated. I've got ceiling fans on my back porch, and it was so hot I couldn't sit on my back porch. I just couldn't. It was just so hot. It is hot, hot, hot. And it's hot all over the country. And here in Florida, the heat index has been over 100 degrees. We're still under a heat advisory here in Florida. And I'll tell you though, at night I'm sleeping like Goldilocks. I'm sleeping like a baby because Mike Lindell, the Thomas Edison of sleep, the inventor of the MyPillow, has these incredible products for your bed that have cooling technology in them. And let me tell you the three that'll just, it's beautiful. It was so hot, and I got in my bed, and it's like cool and the perfect temperature all night. It's almost like my bed is air conditioned to the perfect temperature all night long. There's three things. First, there's the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper 2.0 that has cooling technology. It comes in all mattress sizes. It's 40% off at mypillow.com with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, and free shipping. And so I've got the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper 2.0, which regulates your body temperature all night long. On top of the mattress topper, I have my 100% Giza cotton dream sheets that are just $29.98. They come in many different colors. And Giza cotton, they're 100% Giza cotton. Giza cotton is the finest cotton in the world, and it perfectly regulates your body temperature as well. And yeah, that's right, just $29.98 with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, on the 100% Giza cotton dream sheets from MyPillow. And then the MyPillow 2.0, which is buy one, get one free with our promo code KANE. The MyPillow 2.0 has the same patented fill inside that Mike Lindell introduced to the world 20 years ago, and the MyPillow that started it all, but the material it's made of has that cooling technology to perfectly regulate your face and head temperature. You'll never flip the pillow over again looking for the cool side. And between the MyPillow 2.0, the 100% Giza cotton dream sheets, and the MyPillow 3-inch mattress topper 2.0 with cooling technology, I have no idea that it's over 100 degrees outside, and I'm sleeping like Goldilocks. You can also order by phone. Call 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. All right. Now, this story about Fox News is sick, it's twisted, it's perverted, and it's disgusting. And I'm going to share it with you right now. There has been a massive exodus from Fox News since they got rid of Tucker. And those of you that are still hanging around Fox News, this story should be the final nail in the coffin. I'm going to go through this story, and I want to hear your thoughts on it after I go through it at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Now, I did share this story on my weekend live streams. And when I went through the news this morning and last night and yesterday, it's only been in two places. Of course, my content and the person and the outlet that did the investigation and broke the story, which was Glenn Beck. And Glenn Beck and the Blaze uncovered something about Fox News Channel that should end them as a cable news network for what they are taking part in. What they're taking part in is insane, okay? Let me give you a little background, and then I'm going to share the story with you, okay? Now, Glenn Beck, of course, was at Fox, and there's a lot of people at the Blaze who used to be at Fox and have left the Fox for whatever reasons over the years and are at the Blaze, and they have friends that are still at Fox. And there's a producer at the Blaze who was contacted by friends of hers that are still at Fox who told her about a charitable app that Fox is involved in. Fox News, the whole Fox Corporation, so this isn't just Fox News, this would expand to Fox Business, and I'm not sure if the Wall Street Journal and the New York Post are involved in this, but the TV wing certainly is. They have put in place, this is internal, this is not on air, this is an internal thing that Fox is doing. They have a charity matching program going on. They have partnered with an online charity platform, and Fox, if you're an employee and you want to donate to a charity, you go on this app and you find the charities that you like, and Fox News will match your donation up to $1,000. Now that sounds like a good thing, right? Until you find out who some of the what some of the charities are. And Glenn Beck and the Blaze broke this story. It's absolutely amazing. And other than Glenn Beck's people and me, no one is talking about this. And it's amazing to me that CNN and MSNBC are not all over this story, because it would drive even more people away from Fox News. Listen to this. I'm going to read you the story from The Blaze. Fox News viewership has historically leaned right, no doubt about that, and favored Republican causes. While the company wears a conservative face on air, it appears behind closed doors, Fox is willing to lean left or in whatever other direction the wind is blowing. Insiders have revealed to The Blaze that Fox will subsidize some of the very activist groups that despise and seek to destroy the network and its viewers. Fox Giving, okay, you ready? And you listen, you got your radios turned up all the way? Fox Giving is an app in the company portal that facilitates charitable donations via the Canadian-based donation management platform Benevity. Fox will match donations up to $1,000 to various organizations that satisfy the company's criteria. While on its face, this appears to be little more than an attempt at corporate charitable giving and support, and that sounds like a good thing. But Fox, on this app, listen to this, the company is willing to match donations to the Satanic Temple, which I don't have to tell you what that is, Satanist, the Satanic Temple, which, by the way, the Satanic Temple has ceremonies that are called unbaptism ceremonies. They unbaptize people, among other satanic things. The Fox is matching donations to the Satanic Temple, the Trevor Project, which is an organization that advocates for sex change operations on children, Planned Parenthood, and you know who they are, as well as local Planned Parenthood branches, and the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is a left-wing activist organization, which is the least of the offenses there, but it's very left-wing, okay? Now, this story was broke by The Blaze on Friday, and I talked about this on my YouTube live streams on the weekend, and I thought by Monday morning this would be getting picked up everywhere, and it hasn't. In fact, The Blaze, I watched Glenn Beck talking about this. He said that they had this story and held off on it for a while. It's been well sourced. I'll tell you about that when we get back. But they were trying to get a response from Fox, and Fox has not responded, and this continues to be in place. Now, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour, and I'll finish up on this, but I want to hear your thoughts on this. I'm blown away by it, and I'm disgusted that it's not getting attention anywhere else. That's why I'm screaming from the rafters about it like Glenn Beck is. I want to hear your thoughts on this at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It's a toll-free call, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again.
I think you're gonna really love it.
It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yeah. I mean, this is crazy, guys. Guys, call me on the air and share your thoughts about this. And why do you think the other news outlets aren't covering this story? You'd think they'd be all over it. Well, there's a lot of so-called Christians, Ainsley Earhart, Faulkner, Shannon Bream. How many Christians are over there with, you know, with all this going on? Yeah, Fox, as we know it, is gone. They are Fox News in name only now. It is horrible. It is horrible, and I you know, you guys should follow me on my weekend live streams. I cover these things in more detail because I go through the stories on the screen. You guys, you know, if you want, after today's show, go and watch my weekend live streams. Start with yesterday's, if you know, but you'll see how they're much different and a little more more detailed than what I'm able to do here. But I just am floored that this, and I'm watching like Ben Shapiro and others be upset at Barbie. I don't give a flying you know what about the Barbie movie when this is going on. I just don't understand how something like this happened. Yeah, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, please like the video.
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Lisa, and my husband and I received our My Pillow 2.0 that we ordered with Kane.
I know this is a story that's hard to believe, but it is true, and it is well-sourced.
Absolutely marvelous. Yeah, I'm so glad.
You know, and Glenn Beck has done good work here. Thankfully, Glenn Beck uncovered this.
Check out KA&E and buy your My Pillow 2.0. Right now, buy one, get one free. You can also order by phone, toll free, 800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE.
Let's see here. I know. I mean, why do you think the other news outlets aren't exposing Fox on this? I mean, this story gets out enough. Fox News is dead. I mean, they're hanging in there barely now. I'm going to recap it, Faith, when we get back. This is probably the most important story that Glenn Beck has ever uncovered.
Hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Brian Craig here with a question for seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a healthcare advocate at the touch of a button? Would that make life easier for you? You got that with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates.
This story is not a distraction. I mean, this has to be known. You know, I mean, how can, and this is where I'm going to get into this, how can Ron DeSantis and these others participate in a debate organized and moderated by a news outlet that's donating to Planned Parenthood, the Satanic Temple, and this Trevor Project? Right? I mean, this is insanity. You know, and I'm going to continue to scream about this story to try to get it out there. I don't know, it's almost like CNN and MSNBC are protecting Fox. There's just some things that people do that are beyond forgivable. Yeah, if you're on hold, hang in there. All right, get ready to come back.
Back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 46 years on the air.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. Let me do a quick recap, and then I want to take some calls on this. And this is one of the most shocking stories I've ever heard about any of the news networks, and I do believe that this is probably the biggest and most important story that Glenn Beck has ever uncovered. Okay? Let me just go through this again. Fox News, our so-called conservative outlet, is matching charitable donations to not just left-wing charities, but devil-worshipping charities. Fox is matching employee charitable contributions to the Satanic Temple, the Trevor Project, Planned Parenthood, and the Southern Poverty Law Center. By the way, the Trevor Project, which I just first heard of when this story broke, runs anonymous online forums where children can get advice from adults on their gender and sexuality. In September last year, a mother found out her child was getting advice from adults on there to secretly obtain a chest binder. And Fox News, Glenn Beck said they have not responded, and this is continuing, and they have verified that it's continuing, the Satanic Temple donations and everything. So the question is, how can Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, and all of the Ramaswamy and all the rest, how can Republicans take part in a presidential debate moderated by a news outlet that does this? Now, I've tweeted the stories about this. Glenn Beck has broken the story. I know it sounds so insanely fantastical that it can't be true, but sadly, it's very true. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Cindy from Florida.
Hey, Cindy.
Honey, how are you?
All right.
How are you doing? I want to give a little background here. When John McCain ran, remember that? Remember when Romney ran, and we had Paul Ryan? All of those people were rhinos. The Tea Party yelled and screamed and jumped up and down. We couldn't get anybody. Oh, Paul Ryan, he was the deer. He was a conservative. He was this. He was that. He was never a conservative. He's married to a Democrat. His wife is a Democrat. They are lobbyists.
Yeah.
I mean, people, what I think has to happen now, especially, and this is why I love Trump so much, we're exposing the people in Congress. We're exposing everybody who is a liar. Fox News has been lying to us for years. I turned it off 7 years ago. I don't watch it. Because when you start looking into these people and you understand what they're doing, they're working for themselves. And let me tell you something. They're earning way too much money. Way too much money. What are they doing to help us? Did they ever help us?
No, and and this story that Glenn Beck broke, said, with the Satanic Temple donations, Planned Parenthood donations. I mean, my goodness, they have all of these. I hate to use the term Bible thumpers, but they have some people like Ainsley Earhart, Hannity's girlfriend, Harris Faulkner, Shannon Bream, who make a big deal about being Christian, and that's a good thing. But this is going on. Where are they on this? And Glenn Beck said, I expected them to say, well, we didn't know about this and we've discontinued it, but they haven't discontinued it. It continues.
Brian, this is just my opinion. First of all, they talk a good game about being a Christian. If you're really a Christian, then you need to tell the truth and you need to quit. Okay? Why would you work for a company that's doing that? Look at the people that sit on the board. Look, I mean, it's a simple thing. Quit. You have enough money. You have enough money. It's absolutely outrageous.
Well, most people, before you get to Glenn Beck, most people, people on television news are incredibly overpaid, and the reason they overpay them is it's to deal with the devil. They've been bought. That's why Ainsley Earhart and Faulkner and Bream and the other Christian girls over there are keeping their mouths shut.
And I will say two things. Number one, when Glenn Beck had his, and I forgot what it was, they had it at the Lincoln Memorial, and everybody was there, and Sarah Palin, not one television, not Fox, nobody covered it.
That's right.
Thousands of people there, okay? Now, Glenn, being a never Trumper, he's not a never Trumper anymore. He put the red hat back on. He gets it. I'm all for it, okay? The problem that we have now is money and power, greed and power. And look, we're being asked to support like Mike Lindell, who's a good guy. We're trying to help him, and they don't even want to help him. They don't want the truth.
Yeah.
Their role. That's Satanic Temper. This morning, I am sending it out because I did a deep dive. That is if you really want to get scary, just look up what they are doing in every state. They're going to the state legislatures. They want to be recognized. It is disgusting. A matter of fact, I'm doing a project here. I'm trying to get this job, and the job was to look up how many left and right organizations endorsed candidates in the Arizona election.
Yeah.
You know how many conservative organizations? 3, Brooke.
Yeah.
How many lefties?
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to get
Well, listen, we do. All right, hey, listen, thanks for the call. It's always good to hear from you. All right, our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. I want to keep the focus on this Planned Parenthood Satanic Temple Trevor Project. Southern Poverty Law Center's bad, but they're like almost okay compared to these others that are getting this support from Fox News Channel. I was in shock when I first heard this story. And I've been looking into it all weekend long since Glenn Beck broke it. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Lonnie McGallion from Birch City, Texas.
All right, Texas. What's on your mind?
Oh, man. Everybody acts like it's such a big surprise, man. I mean...
Oh, you knew about all this. You knew about all this before. Yeah. How long have you? How did you know that Fox was donating to the Satanic Temple?
all of them are.
No. You said you knew about this. You knew about this before the story broke. How did you know about it? Get off the phone, you troll idiot. Oh my goodness. One of the biggest trolling tactics is, we already knew about all this. Yeah, go down to the border, protect the border if you're really in Texas. Listen, this is an amazing story, and everyone needs to know about this story. The fact that the other news outlets haven't jumped on this story, okay, tells you that there's some collusion going on among the networks. There's a scandal going on at CNN right now, a sex scandal going on at CNN. And they may have a swingers situation going on at CNN. Allison Camerata, who's a married woman, was seen leaving a party at Don Lemon's house with Jeff Zucker holding hands. You seen this? This story, it's all over the internet, and it's all over the different news outlets all over the place. I saw an update in the Daily Mail. The New York Post have 2 stories on it today. Yeah, she's Allison Camerata. She's on CNN. She's married. And, she's a somewhat mildly attractive woman, TV. And she's holding hands with that fat jerk, Zucker, leaving a party from Don Lemon's house. They got some eyes wide shut thing going on over there at CNN. Now, that story is a mild story compared to the Satanic Temple story in Fox, the Planned Parenthood story in Fox. And by the way, Ron DeSantis and the rest are making this entire campaign about a war against, this is DeSantis. He's got 2 fights going on, the one against Trump, but the other one's against the trans movement and all that stuff. Well, if that's true, Ron DeSantis, why is he taking part in a debate moderated by Fox News that is matching charitable donations to an organization that is working with children to do the sex changes? That's the second time we've caught DeSantis doing something. He's got the one bundler for his campaign who works for the pharmaceutical company that makes the transitioning drug. Our lowly rated Republicans, believe me, they know about this story. A lot of people know about this story, and it's being suppressed, and people know about it because Glenn Beck broke it, and he's been shouting at the top of his lungs about it. In fact, he did a detailed interview with his producer and walked through how she uncovered the story and verified it. He had a discussion with Bill O'Reilly about it. and he's all over all of his platforms, Glenn Beck, talking about it. So since Glenn Beck has been talking about this so much since Friday, believe me, our presidential candidates know about it. Believe me, the other news outlets know about it too. Good morning. Good morning.
Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
You're right. This is, it wouldn't have surprised me if something like this was taking place at CNN or Emmett,
Correct.
something like that.
Correct.
With the Foxgiving thing, right?
Uh-huh.
That's the app. That's the third party app that they're using to do this stuff with. Southern Poverty Law Center and all that stuff. Yeah. This is supposedly a Christian network or a somewhat Christian network with what's her name doing the Bible study and all that stuff. So these people are. I mean, and then of course you got to figure. Paul Ryan had to know that when he took that job.
Well, they all know because the Blaze, when the Blaze were contacted by current employees at Fox. This is an internal thing that only employees know about. So employees at Fox contacted some people at the Blaze. So before they went to the Blaze, I'm sure they made their feelings known at work, but the Blaze went to Fox for comment. And they got top contacts over there. They have not commented on this. And Glenn Beck said that I would have expected Fox to say, wow, we didn't know about this, and discontinued working with this third party, but they haven't, and it continues. In fact, they even tested it to see if it actually worked by donating $1 to these disgusting organizations. Now, I got to tell you, it's not the small mind to say this is not surprising. That's somebody who doesn't have enough brain cells to be driving a car or voting. This is sick. This is twisted. And our Republican candidates, Ramaswamy, DeSantis, Nikki Haley, and others are going to sit down at a debate moderated by people that are matching donations to Planned Parenthood, the Satanic Temple, the Southern Poverty Law Center, and an organization that helps children get sex change operations. What the heck?
Yeah, if I was these guys in the debates, I wouldn't show up at the debates. I would pull a Trump.
That's right, and they should be very vocal about it. Hey, listen, Mike, I got to run for the break. I want to hear your thoughts on this. At 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. It is a toll-free call, no matter where you're listening to us. 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Hurricane season is here. Millions of people.
Why do you think Fox is doing this? And why would they not correct it when it gets exposed, to even have the illusion that they don't? You might say, well, they're not correcting it because they support this stuff. Is this what they want their brand to be labeled with? The Satanic Temple? I mean, that's like finding out they're in the porn business. I mean, there's just some things that are just so over the line that people are done and forever burned by doing. This is insanity. I'm sorry. This is beyond just rhinos. I like rhinos. Rhinoceroses are nice animals. It's so mild to call them rhinos. This is just evil. Evil. But the question is, how long have they been like this? Right? Now they're out of the closet, but how long have they felt this way? How far back? A year? 5 years? 20 years? Where's Hannity on this? You know Hannity knows about it. People should fill up the phones to Hannity's radio show about this today. Somebody would get through. Hannity's going to be screening those calls. Hear this commercial? I recorded this commercial in Steve's car Friday.
We love Dr. Gupta at our
Sounds good
house.
for recording in his car, doesn't it?
The pain and the anxiety out of dental work, all at an affordable price. Call Dr. Gupta at 954-922-4633. Tell him Steve sent you.
Hi, this is Keith Singer of Singer Wealth. If you own a retirement account, not only do you need to make smart investment choices,
Being a Bible thumper is a good thing. That's not a bad, that's a compliment.
The IRS is waiting to collect a part of that account, and you can minimize what they get, but you have to use the right strategies.
It's like deplorables. They call us names, and they're good names. It is sickening.
To 474747. Text the word tax report to 474747 so you and your family can keep as much of your IRA as possible.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve King Show is on the air.
All right. Did you guys hear that new commercial with Steve for Dr. Gupta? I tell you hear that commercial, Mike? I recorded that commercial with Steve in his car Friday after the show. I met Steve, and yeah, we met. We met and we recorded it in his car. I got a portable recorder. It sounds pretty good for being recorded. Would you know that was recorded in a car? Not at all. With the air conditioning on, by the way, because it was so hot. I thought we were going to have to turn the air conditioning off and sweat. If you're on hold, stand by. I got an announcement to make about our cruise. I found out over the week. This is amazing. Have you not yet made a reservation to go on our cruise? Our 5th annual listener cruise leaves on the Celebrity Beyond, the flagship of the Celebrity Fleet, their newest, most advanced ship, April 27th. We're going to the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. I'm very excited about this. And I found out over the weekend that 2 people who were on our last cruise, who met on the cruise, are now engaged to be married. Isn't that nice? I know. Exactly. 2 people. They came on single. I'm not going to say their names because I don't know if they've told everyone. I got a text message from one of them on Saturday, so I don't know if they've told everybody and their families yet. But if you were on the cruise, you very well may know who they are. But 2 of our listeners that were on our last cruise are now engaged to be married. I'll give you a hint. Both of them, when we went to that dive bar in San Juan and had the best pina coladas I've ever had in my life, every drink was a double. The bartender's name was Brian, a Puerto Rican named Brian. And because we had the same name, he made all our pina coladas doubles. It was awesome. They were there. So, yeah. So if you're looking for love, our cruise is now the Love Boat. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot. That's exciting. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779, and join us on our next cruise. Maybe you will find love too. All right, so if you're on hold, stand by. Quick recap. Glenn Beck, I believe Glenn Beck has broken the biggest story of his career. I can't think of anything he's broken that's been equally as big as this. That Fox News has an internal, not on air, but an internal charitable giving program where they'll match donations to your charity of choice up to $1,000. The charity includes Planned Parenthood, including local Planned Parenthood affiliates. Planned Parenthood is like a franchise business. It's disgusting. Fox News is matching donations to the Trevor Project, which helps kids get sex change operations. And they're also matching donations to the Satanic Temple. Glenn Beck broke this story on Friday. Fox News has not responded, and this continues to be in place. Our number 1-888-GO Kane 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. It's Greg from DeSantis.
Hey, Greg. You're a little muffled today, but you know.
Sorry, no, I don't mean to be. But thank God I'm going on my own vacation, one that I pay for, Brian. So I'll be taking a
What does that mean? What does that mean? One that you paid for? You don't.
vacation. You write it off. If you are paying for it, write it off. Hopefully, you have a
None of that. None of that is true. I do pay. I do. I'm not talking to you about my taxes. What are you? Are you talking to people asking me about my taxes? Mind your own business. No, not only do I pay for the cruise, I buy a second cabin for my daughter and her friends, so they can not have to hang out with their old dad all week. Yeah, so I actually pay for 2 cabins. So I do pay my way.
It's tax deductible, by the way. Talk to your accountant, okay? Because you're there on business. You're doing.
Why the hell? What are you? What is the matter with you? Are you listening to the show? Are you listening to the show?
Okay, let's go back. I didn't mean to get you so upset. Listen, let's go back to this. First of all, I don't believe that story for one moment. I don't believe.
Oh, so you think Glenn Beck is a liar?
I believe he's inaccurate, or someone infiltrated a liberal of some type.
No, in fact, Glenn Beck and his producer went through the giving site with an employee of Fox News and tested it by giving dollar donations to these disgusting organizations to see if it actually was in place, and it is, and they got the notification that Fox matched the donations.
Well, I don't believe it for a moment that is endorsed by Fox News. Someone could have set it up and tried to sabotage them, someone with your intentions. But also, on your analysis that Trump should never, ever, and let's hear you now, ever appear on Fox News again, correct? Ever.
I think I'm never going to tell Donald Trump what to do. But this is, I got to tell you, this Trump derangement syndrome is insane, okay? Notice this jerk, this caller. He's trying to You don't think you're a jerk?
You are.
That wasn't a denial.
Mirror, Brian. Look in the mirror. I'm not a jerk.
Oh, you're not a jerk. Okay. Here we have Fox News donating to the Satanic Temple, Planned Parenthood, and this Trevor Project that helps kids get sex change operations. You want to talk about if I pay for my vacations and Donald Trump. I think you got your priorities screwed up.
No, you're the one that, listen, let me go back to the question. Should Trump ever appear his face on an interview with Fox?
I don't know, but I'm not going to say that. I don't know about that.
You're telling the candidates not to appear on Fox News?
Well, that's a sanctioned debate. That's a sanctioned debate. And knowing President Trump actually on one of his recent interviews brought up about them letting Tucker go and how their ratings have tanked. He's brought that up in his interviews. If Trump did an interview on Fox, I would expect him to bring this up.
Why would he ever appear on it? And if you're telling me candidates not to, now you won't Trump can.
Everything this is how Trump derangement syndrome works. They're giving money. Fox is giving money to the Satanic Temple and Planned Parenthood, and you don't care. You're still focused on Trump.
I don't believe it.
But why don't we start with your boy? You call in saying you're Trump for DeSantis. Before you worry about Donald Trump, why don't you worry about the person you support? And his name is Ron DeSantis. And Ron DeSantis is going to be at that debate next month.
Along with all the other candidates.
No, not Donald Trump. Not Donald Trump. No, not all the other candidates. Donald Trump's not going to be there.
Because Trump is scared to get on the platform.
He's not scared. He's not scared. So why are you calling on Trump not to go on Fox over this? But your guy, DeSantis, he's going to be the lead star of their lowly rated debate next month.
Let me calm this conversation down. I think they all should go on Fox.
By calming the conversation down, you mean have dead air?
No, I'm sorry. We got a...
Where? Excuse me. So let me just get this straight. You want Donald Trump not to go on Fox, but DeSantis you want on Fox, and you think Glenn Beck's a liar. So do you think Glenn Beck just made this whole story up?
I told you it could have been infiltrated by liberals, but let me finish a couple sentences before you interrupt me. If you're holding all these candidates to the same standard, I'm going by your conversation.
I'm holding Trump by that same standard. Trump's not going to be at the Fox debate.
No, but he should appear on Fox News.
I don't know about that.
Why?
because he can call them out.
Oh, well, we'll see about that when I come back from my vacation.
Oh, back from vacation. Where are you go? Yeah, all right, go enjoy your vacation. Oh my goodness. What a snot he is. Isn't he snotty today? I paid for my vacation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, oh boy. He doesn't have any problem with the Satanic Temple or Planned Parenthood or any of that stuff. It's all about his Trump hatred. All right, 1 hour's down. It's Monday. I want to hear from more of you on this. I'm going to recap this story when we get back. I'm not going to move on from this. See, this is how these evildoers operate. They figure that the attention span is so short in this country now that they can write anything out, that after a couple days it'll be forgotten and there'll be something new to jump on. I'm not letting this go. I'm going to recap this story after the top of the hour break, and I want to hear you and your thoughts on our phones. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. We'll be back after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3
Oh my goodness. Greg is out of his mind. He's completely out of his mind. Whatever.
Another heat advisory for Palm Beach County until this evening. We'll see those fuel rate temperatures climbing into the triple digits. We'll see low rain chances for today due to the Saharan dust impacting South Florida today and tomorrow. The heat is on tomorrow once again with those temperatures climbing into the 90s. Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best of the best patio store.
These people are out of their minds. It's amazing that Fox doesn't even want to try to have the impression that they're not doing anything. You know, they just don't care that you know about this. It's like Biden with the bribes. He just doesn't care. He figures he can ride out the news cycle. Yeah, Kayleigh McEnany. You know, where's she on this? Now, no one knew about this. This is new. This is new stuff. No one knew about this. This was an internal thing that leaked out. The story is not just going to go away. Glenn Beck is all over it. He's not going to let this go. And I'm sure he's going to use his connections to get this out to people like Megyn Kelly and others. This is, I mean, I've been thinking about this over the weekend. Can you think of a story more important and bigger than this that Glenn Beck has covered? I mean, I know he's broken stories, but nothing at this level.
The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything.
Yeah, but millions are still watching.
You have off the number one dermatologist recommended repellent brand, SC Johnson, a family company.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show, and if you're just tuning in, I mean, there is a humongous story going on with Fox. I'll take a call or two, and then I'll recap the story for those that are just tuning in. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Doug.
And, you know, as they say, the eagle that lurks in the hearts of men. Or this Fox News, I'm glad I don't participate in Fox, because I certainly think everybody now should certainly get away from Fox. This is ridiculous. You know, what a thing to do, man. The satanic cults and want to give hurt kids. Man.
This is not. Let me go through this story. Listen to this. Fox News, the so-called conservative cable news network, is matching employee charitable donations to numerous left-wing charities and activist groups, according to Glenn Beck and The Blaze. While putting on airs of supporting conservative causes, Fox is matching employee charitable contributions to the Satanic Temple. That's self-explanatory. They worship Satan, and they do some crazy things like have unbaptism ceremonies for people. I've never heard of such a thing. That's evil as it gets. Fox will match charitable donations to the Satanic Temple, the Trevor Project, which helps kids get sex change operations, Planned Parenthood, you know what they do, including not just national Planned Parenthood, but local affiliates, and the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is a very left-wing group too, but they're the, out of all of those, they're the best of the worst. How long has Fox News been so evil?
Yeah, and this is exactly. You know, you say evil. I've been saying, what's going on in the world? There's another Bud Light kind of move here. I think the evil is taking over, man. This is really getting bad. Everybody is just Disney and Bud Light. They're all one after the other. DeSantis decided to. You know, this is really something wrong going on, and I don't know how we're going to fix it, but. And something has to happen.
Well, this is, I mean, listen, we had a good run with Bud Light. We sent the message, and now this has to be sent. And, you know, I have not told Steve about this yet. Because, you know, so Steve is hearing it for the first time now. I don't know how he's going to take it. But if you're not watching only Newsmax and other things other than Fox Now, this should do. You know, here's the thing. You know, Glenn Beck said that they held off breaking this story for a while because they alerted Fox News, tried to get comment, and they expected Fox News to say, we had no idea, and suspend this program and find a decent, moral, charitable group to work with. And they not only have they not responded, it's still in place.
This is shocking to hear this. You know, one other thing I want to say is let's go. You know, idea to have all these radio stations and all the networks watch it other than Fox is going to be great to have a debate. Then I would say watch Trump and watch the debate. It's going to be fantastic. I think that'd be brilliant.
Well, yeah, I appreciate the call, Doug. So let me get back to this story. I mean, this is amazing. Glenn Beck broke this, and I'm in just shock still. As I've known about this story since Friday, I've been following the updates over the weekend, and it's just gotten worse. So here's how it works. Fox employees, this is all internal. This is just for employees. Fox employees may contribute through Fox Giving. It's a company app that facilitates charitable donations. Fox matches donations up to $1,000 of companies that meet their criteria. Their donation policy at Fox states that they will not match or provide donations to organizations that discriminate on the basis of personal characteristic or attribute, including but not limited to age, disability, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity characteristics or expression, marital status, pregnancy, or medical condition. That's right. So so what happened is the Blaze of Glenn Beck's has a bunch of old people from Fox over there, people that used to work at Fox, work at the Blaze, many of them. And this lady producer at The Blaze was contacted by friends at Fox who alerted her to this. Okay, that's how they found out. And this is what she said about her source. I watched this source physically log into the company portal at myfox.okta.com to confirm the giving app and see some of the questionable charities and donation match options for myself to verify that nothing was photoshopped, said Blaze Media Director of Programming Ricky Radcliffe Fellman. The source showed her how donations to the Satanic Temple, the Trevor Project, Planned Parenthood, and the Southern Poverty Law Center would all be matched 100% by Fox up to $1,000. And they made the dollar donations to these disgusting groups to verify it, and they got the confirmation that Fox matched those donations. They go on, Fox pretends to care about Christians, but some of the stuff they push internally suggests otherwise. And they go to some other details here. I mean, you know, this is, to me, very destructive, and I'll tell you why. Because even though I know I'll hear from people constantly that say, well, I don't watch Fox. Don't be so self-centered to think because you're not watching Fox, millions of others are not. Okay? They may have had their ratings tank, but a lot of people still go there. And a lot of our good MAGA conservatives go on Fox News regularly. And Fox News needs to be called out. I'm really hoping that Glenn Beck, you know, this is a big issue with Glenn Beck. And I just checked during the break, Glenn Beck is all over this, even on his Instagram. I'm waiting for Glenn Beck to bring this story up to President Trump and DeSantis and all these people. They need to know. And I want to hear their response. I want McEnany to be asked about this. I want Harris Faulkner to be asked about this. And I'll tell you another thing. Guys, Sean Hannity, he's probably going to have the most screen call days of his career going on right now. He knows about this. He's got to be terrified on his radio show, Hannity, that he's going to take a call and it's going to be about this. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Sandra from Boca.
Hey, Sandra. This is crazy stuff, isn't it?
Yes, that's why I called in, because obviously you know that we're living in a very different time based on this story. If Fox can donate to a Satanic temple, I mean, come on, what is this? I mean, we had a satanic designer at Target. Now we have this with Fox.
Yeah.
Look, if you're anything spiritual, Brian, I really believe that, you know, this is part of the end times.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know this. There's a lot of people on Fox News that make a big deal about being very religious Christians. Ainsley Earhart, Harris Faulkner, McEnany, and there are others. There's no way they don't know about this story. There's no way.
Yes, I agree with that.
I mean,
Yeah, so they're going to be hypocritical, basically, is what you're saying.
Well, it's not hypocritical.
I work for the company that does that.
It's beyond that. You got to take a public stand. I mean, if you found out, if I was donating to the Satanic Temple, okay, and Planned Parenthood, both nationally and local affiliates of Planned Parenthood, what would you guys think about me and this show? You would think it was a complete farce, and you'd be right. I mean, I was live streaming on YouTube about this several times over the weekend, and I know Glenn Beck's doing it too. But this story, this needs to be shared.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm just in shock. I mean, I usually have more to say, but I guess I'm just...
No, it is shocking. And, you know, Greg's reaction, that's typical. Well, you know, Trump and your vacation. I mean, you know, my goodness, they don't want to be phased off it. what Fox is hoping.
Learn how to be kind. That's the bottom line with Greg. He can have an opinion, but he doesn't know how to be kind.
Yes.
He always comes at you with your vacations are, what is that? I mean, be kind. Be kind. Have an opinion, but be kind.
Everything is a slight from him. He doesn't have a kind word. I'm going on vacation that I paid for. I mean, give me a break, right? Oh my goodness.
I mean, this could be true, and it irritates him. You know,
I don't know.
it irritates him.
But let me tell you, if it came out that CNN was donating to the Satanic Temple, this transgender organization, and Planned Parenthood, don't you think Fox would be all over that story? Why are CNN and MSNBC sitting on this story with Fox News? This story could bring Fox News down, and it should.
It should.
All right, I appreciate the call. I know it is a shocking story. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show. Our number's toll free 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll free call, and Bud Light's done. But should Fox News be done with this story? We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call this.
And one word, describe Fox News now that you know this information. I mean, when one word, how would you describe it? I mean, I find it evil. Evil. Yeah, somebody just said evil. Tammy just said evil. Yeah, it's evil. That's right. Just evil. I'm not letting this story go. Vile. Let me see here.
Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro.
What happened? I'm going to recap the story when we get back.
5009 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Sellouts?
Here with a question. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a
I just really wonder how long they've been this way. Demonic? Yeah.
for everyone, but the first 40 true oldies channel listeners to call 833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell
No.
camera that connects directly to your cell phone with installation of your Sloman Shield.
I mean, I got a lot of stuff that I could move on to, but I just feel a need to share this story. I don't know, I just...
Security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting an LED
I mean, this is my third live stream discussing this.
detector, 3-arm doors, and a
I don't know.
Plus, if you're one of the first 40 true oldies channel listeners to dial 833-283-5050, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation.
Yeah, I almost did not do the story today because I did it twice over the weekend on my live streams, and something right before the show told me that I should really do this again. Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, I'm trying to think. Can you think of a story that Glenn Beck has broken that's this big? I think this is the biggest story of his career. I mean, he's done a lot of big stuff, but this is big. All right.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Harrison and the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Harrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, welcome back, one and all. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian. I'm going to get back to this story. You know, this story on the Satanic Temple, Planned Parenthood, and the transgender with Fox, I almost didn't bring that story up on the show this morning. I covered it over the weekend on my YouTube live streams. Did it twice over the week. And I thought, well, I kind of covered it over the weekend. And then right before the show open played at the top of the hour, I just felt something inside of me that said, I need to dig deep into this and continue to get this story out that Glenn Beck broke about Fox News Channel. But first, I want to ask you this. Are you sick and tired of suffering with pain? Go and call Dr. Appleton. Talk to him about his laser away pain treatment. Are you tired of taking medications for your pain, which do nothing but mask the symptoms of the pain, doesn't do anything to fix what's causing it? Are you tired of taking shots to deal with your pain? That's amazing to me that people do that, but people do. Call Dr. Appleton. You know, with his laser away pain treatment, there are no drugs, no shots. That's right. No surgery, no downtime, and no contracts like the other doctors have. You just pay per treatment. And the laser away pain treatment, you guys, it works on so many kinds of pains. You've heard me talk about this for a long time. Arthritis and bursitis, work injuries, sports injuries, strains and sprains, repetitive motion injuries, post-surgical swelling, neck and back injuries, knee conditions, tinnitus, sciatica, spinal stenosis, fibromyalgia, herniated discs, so many other kinds of pains as well. Here's Dr. Appleton's number. Give him a call. Appointments aren't necessary. Walk-ins are welcome. He's open Monday through Saturday. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. So if you're just tuning in, you know, I got a big stack of stuff of a lot of important issues to talk about. And if you think I'm harping on this one too much, let me know, okay? You know, sometimes there's something that happens and you feel like you got to talk about it. And if you think that I'm going too hard on this or covering it too much, let me know. But I don't think I am. And Steve's finding out about this now. We've not talked about it because I didn't think we were going to talk about this on the show this morning. Like I said, I didn't think we were going to talk about this morning. You know, and I've had a lot of criticism that's well-deserved criticism of Glenn Beck over the years. All right, a lot. But this is an important story, the most important story Glenn Beck has ever broken, because he broke this story, broke it. I don't mean the biggest story he's ever talked about, the biggest story he's ever covered. We all talk about everything. But Glenn Beck broke this story. And the background behind it is amazing. So Fox News has this charitable giving program. They'll match any donation up to $1,000 that employees make. It's internal. It's not on the air. It's internal, just an inter-office thing. And employees at Fox contacted people at The Blaze to try to get them to alert the public about this because they're so upset about it. They're matching donations to the Satanic Temple, Planned Parenthood. The Southern Poverty Law Center seems not even be a problem, as bad as they are with these other ones. And this Trevor Project, which helps children get sex change operations and does other things. The Satanic organization that they're donating to, the Satanic Temple, is a hardcore Satanic Temple that does unbaptism ceremonies on people. I've never even heard of such an evil thing. And I feel so sorry for the people inside Fox News that alerted The Blaze about this. Glenn Beck and his team investigated it, talked to multiple sources. They had a source actually go through the website with them. They logged in and made a donation of $1 to each of these disgusting charities, and they got the notification that Fox had matched the donation. So Glenn Beck, he talks fondly of Fox News. He was on CNN before Fox News, but he said good things about Fox. He didn't want to hurt Fox. And his thought, I think, was the natural thought that there's no way that Fox knows that this third-party app they're using is doing this. So he contacted Fox. And when they contact Fox, they got top people in contacts to contact. So they contacted Fox to alert them of this and get a comment. They've gotten no comment, and it's still in place. And they're obviously well aware of it. So why did they not say, we had no idea, and stop it? I can understand it happening in the first place. Sometimes something like this could happen in a big corporation. The corporation has no idea. They think they're doing something good. They don't know what this third party is doing, but they know about it now. And Beck sat on the story for a while to give them a chance to correct it, and it's still in place. So that's part one. Why are they continuing this? Why have they not stopped it? Number two, how long has Fox News been this way? Has it been a year? Has it been 15 years? I don't know. Also, why are the rest of the media sitting on this story? Now, a lot of people like me are not going to talk about it because they go on Fox. A lot of these guys, they want to be the one lucky guy, or they want to be a talking head with Laura Ingraham at night or something. So if they talk about this, and Mark Levin last night, because I went over to Fox because I wanted to see what was going on over there with this story breaking and everything. Mark Levin did this big attack on the Trump judge in the documents case. It's all over Twitter. Okay. Last week he was sucking up to Ron DeSantis, gave him a completely free ride, didn't ask him any tough questions. But he had this moral outrage to Judge Cannon, who's the judge in the documents case. And I think that what the judge is doing in the documents case may be just to give the public the knowledge that she's a fair and balanced judge, not to worry. And I have no worries about the judge at this point, regardless of these couple of rulings that she's made, including setting the trial date. The trial date will be too close to the election. It'll be within 90 days of the election, so there's no way that that's going to happen. But he did an entire hour pretty much last night with all this moral outrage, Mark Levin, towards the judge in the documents case here in Florida. Where's the outrage to the Satanic Temple donations they're making, or the Planned Parenthood? Which is worse? The rulings of the judge in the documents case this week, or this charitable giving app? I'd say this charitable giving problem at Fox News. Wouldn't you? And, Mark Levin's going to be celebrated all day long by people all over the media. He took it there, and he's got it out cannon, and all this. Fake outrage. Misplaced outrage. Misplaced disgust. We're going to take our bottom of the hour break. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
Making morning radio great again.
Insanity.
I only thought it would have been just, the cat out proportion with, they contacted Fox and Fox said, oh, our bad.
And they correct it. It wouldn't even be a story. They'd be like, fire the person that did it. And
yeah, but they're doubling down. They're not even saying anything.
Exactly.
So it is a big deal.
Exactly. No, this is, if they would have corrected it, it wouldn't have even been a story. Would not have even been a story. Mark Levin's legit? I don't think so. I listened to that interview he did last week with Ron DeSantis. Remember I got calls about it? I listened to it after the show. I couldn't believe. Didn't ask Ron DeSantis one real question. Didn't get into the polls, got into nothing. It was an infomercial. It was an interview by his campaign manager. Oh.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. The poker room at PBKC features daily cash games, mega backbeat jackpots, and big money tournaments. Plus, daily high
I mean, you know,
minutes from 9 a.m. to midnight. $250 Sunday
we got to let people know about this.
on Friday and Saturdays. Plus, tournament players earn points toward cash prizes and big buy-ins. Visit our newly expanded casino table game area with Ultimate Texas Hold'em and 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum. Go to pbkennelclub.com.
Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to. This is Brian Craig, and I want to tell you about my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Rich Matez at the Fire Station West LA, and hormone replacement pellet therapy. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is all natural. What it does is restore your hormones to where they were after you were.
Exactly. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. Yeah, there's just some things that that are just over the top. Over the top. I would hope Tucker would that Glenn would get together with Tucker and talk about this story. That would be amazing. That would be important and amazing. Well, yeah, but Beck was the never Trumper, but you know, I'm not going to. This is. I saw his interview with the producer that did the investigation and broke the story. They were very detailed. They got all the evidence on this story. I don't know. It's hard to get upset about Jesse Waters right now with this business going on. That would be great if Glenn Beck got together with Tucker and Tucker shared this story. Woo-wee! On Tucker on Twitter. That would be amazing. Yeah, but you guys are you're an online audience. Millions of people, they get their news from TV still. All right, we're coming back.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 46 years on the air.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. You know, the story with Fox, I mean, there's some time, I don't know how many of you have you ever had someone in your family or a friend do something that was just so immoral to you that you stopped being... My wife and I had something happen once. Many years ago, there was a woman who my wife was very good friends with, talked every day. And she had a teenage daughter. And this woman was a wealthy woman. She had had a lawsuit, and she had gotten a major settlement from a lawsuit. She was a millionaire-is. She was a millionaire-is from a lawsuit settlement. And she lived actually down the street from Steve. She stayed in the house she lived in before she was a millionaire. And she had a teenage daughter, and her being rich is significant to the story. She had a teenage daughter who was in high school, 16 years old, and she took her daughter to get an abortion when she was 5 months pregnant. 5 months pregnant. She took her daughter to get an abortion. And she did it. And my wife and I found out about it because she called my wife and told my wife about it. Like it was no big thing. Like it was the right thing to do. We never talked to her again. She's since passed away. I don't know what happened to the daughter, but the woman has since passed away. I was physically ill when I heard the story. I knew the girl. I knew her mother. And I was thinking, are you, what? And she's telling you this? I don't know if she was calling out for help or not, but to me, that was... I mean, I've known people when I was younger that have had abortions, and that's a bad thing. But in the 5th month, that was so immoral, so disgusting, so evil, we never talked to them again, my wife and I. Never talked to them again, because it was just, couldn't get over that. All right? And that's how I know. Have any of you had anything like that happen? That's a rare thing, I think, because when people do things that are so against your moral code at that level that are family or friends, they usually don't call you and brag about it. So a lot of these things you don't know about, right? You find out about later, maybe, or never at all. So I don't think it's something that people hear about all the time, like somebody in their family or a friend does something that's just so over the line that they got to cut all communications with them because it's unusual. People don't brag about their dirtiest, darkest secrets very often to people. But that was, even still today, that was many years ago. I talked about it on the air at the time. And I still, when I talk about it, I get like sick. It's just like really makes me, that's just too far into it. And there's no excuse. Especially they were wealthy. I mean, obviously adoption's always a thing, but they were wealthy. And I just, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why they did that. Well, that's how I feel about this charitable giving thing with Fox, with matching donations to Planned Parenthood, the Satanic Temple, and this transgender sex change outfit. I can't get upset about the Southern Poverty Law Center. I mean, the Southern Poverty Law Center is very anti-conservative. Somebody I know is on their list of hate group extremist. Somebody, they're insane. But they're so mild compared to these other evil organizations. And it's something I'm not going to be able to get over. I don't know what Steve's going to say. People ask me what's Steve going to think. I don't know. I think like most, I think most people are going to be numb to this. And I think it's going to take you guys out there probably a day or two for this to even sink in, because it's such a shocking thing that has come out. Now, there's a whole bunch of new presidential polls. Have you noticed we haven't had a Florida poll in a while? They're not doing Florida polls too much. But in the most recent Florida polls, President Trump is about 30 points ahead of DeSantis. And there's some other polls out, but one in particular that I want to go through some of the other polls, but I want to start with this one. President Trump has a massive lead in South Carolina. It's a Fox Business poll. In South Carolina, Trump is at 48. Second place, the second place holder is at 14. So President Trump has a 34-point lead in South Carolina, and in second place at 14 points is Nikki Haley. And you got these two people running for president, Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. She was twice elected governor of South Carolina. She's 34 points behind Trump in the state that twice elected her governor. DeSantis in Florida has been twice elected governor, and he's about 30 points behind Trump in the latest poll, which is like weeks old. So I want you guys to think about that. I want you guys to think about that. Where is the perspective in the media on this, right? You know, the media, with their Trump derangement, are always trying to downplay President Trump and how well he's doing, and they act like these other guys are players. He's running against two governors that he's got 30-point plus leads against in their own states where they were twice elected, both of them. That has got to be historic. You know, it's hard to put historical significance on these polls because this Republican primary is unlike any other Republican primary we've ever experienced. We've never had a former president running in a non-consecutive term in our lifetimes. It's been a long time. It was Teddy Roosevelt the last one to pull that. And he didn't run as a Republican when he came back. He formed his own party, a third party, the Bull Moose Party, right? But, and we've got these governors that are so far behind him in the states where they were governors. This is all first-time stuff. But to act like any of these other candidates are players, okay, when he's so far ahead in the states that twice elected them, and in DeSantis' case, it's really worse than even Nikki Haley, because he was just re-elected, like 7-8 months ago, however many months ago it was. These other candidates are a joke. They're not real opponents. To put them in a race against Donald Trump in a narrative is just a ridiculous. But let me go through this whole story. This is in The Hill. I got a bunch of new polls, but let me go through this story. President Trump holds wide leads over other 2024 GOP White House candidates in Iowa and South Carolina, according to a new poll. The Fox Business polling released yesterday found President Trump has the support of 46% of Republican primary voters surveyed in Iowa. And DeSantis has been living in Iowa, right? He is 30 points ahead of Ron DeSantis in Iowa, right? DeSantis is in second place in Iowa. Trump is at 46, and DeSantis is at 16. Tim Scott is in third place with 11. The Iowa poll shows Scott, who usually attracts single-digit levels of support, gaining momentum. Are you kidding me? He's at 11. No other candidate received more than 10% of support in Iowa. Let's see here. Where are we next? Trump also commands a wide lead in South Carolina. As I mentioned, the Fox Business poll found Trump with 48% of support among GOP primary voters in South Carolina. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley trails in second place with 14%, 34 points behind. DeSantis follows closely behind Haley at 13, Scott at 10. This is in South Carolina. No other candidates received double-digit support. The latest poll showed Trump holding a wide lead against his GOP opponents in early voting states, despite being a target of the Justice Department's investigations. That's right. And he's expecting another. I just got a text from someone that they were suggesting, because I was talking at the top of the show about Trump doing a one-on-one interview, because Trump posted this on Truth. Okay, he's considering doing a one-on-one interview with Tucker at the same time the Fox debate is going on. And I just got a text message from someone who said maybe Trump should go to the Fox News debate and just sit in the audience. Oh my goodness. What do you think how would that play? It would kind of be funny. I don't know if that's a good idea, although it would be funny. The camera would be on him the whole time. Now, it's kind of funny. It would be cute, but I don't know about that. All right, now we're going to take our last break of the second hour. When we come back, I know that story on Fox is just on my mind, and it's Just disgusting. All right, when we get back, we'll take some calls. I got a lot more to cover as well. Our number's toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. That's right. I'm Brian Craig. We'll take our break and be back right after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Hi, it's Scott Simmons from Florida Weekly. Sea turtle hatchlings are cute, and this may be a banner year for nesting numbers. Lighthouse Arts Center looks at Florida through the eyes of local artists. George Bentley talks country music, and wait until you see the treasure I pulled from trash. It's in my antiques column. Read these other stories of Florida Weekly. Available throughout Palm Beach County. Available online at floridaweekly.com.
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Lisa, and my husband and I received our My Pillow 2.0 that we ordered with Kane the other day, the buy one get one free, and they're our first My Pillows, and we love them. We absolutely love them. They're just absolutely marvelous. Yeah, I'm so glad. I got slippers on the way too.
Go to mypillow.com and use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, and buy your My Pillow 2.0. Right now, buy one, get one free. You can also order by phone, toll free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE.
Hi, this is Gabriel with Florida Cash Home Buyers. Are you looking to sell your home without the stress of a bunch of strangers walking through your home and having to make all kinds of repairs? If you want to sell your home fast and easy without a realtor and save thousands in commissions and closing costs, call me at 561-570-7070. We follow all social distancing guidelines and can make you a cash offer over the phone without having to visit your home. We'll do our absolute best to make your home selling experience as easy and enjoyable as possible. You can even get a $10,000 cash advance before the closing and stay in your home after the closing. So you don't need to worry about quickly moving out. Whether you have a damaged fixer-upper home or a beautiful home that doesn't need any repairs, we can buy it.
Yeah, I like all those. I like that idea. The Trump Tucker thing. I like that idea.
560-7070. That's 561-570-7070. 561-570-7070.
This is Steve Kane, and we say one of my favorite restaurants in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs.
They're all great ideas. As long as he doesn't go to the debate. We don't want him at the actual debate, right?
Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
It sure is. Call us on hold. Stand by. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. You know, the temperature, oh my goodness. Have you known a hotter summer than this? I've not known a summer this hot since like the 80s in Florida. It really is bad. I go from air-conditioned controlled area to air-conditioned controlled environment. I cannot be out of the air conditioner for long at all. And to me, when it comes to the heat of the summer, the worst time is at night when you're trying to sleep and you're hot. I just can't sleep that way. And Mike Lindell has this great new cooling technology that he has integrated into some of his most important and popular items that no matter what the temperature is, I mean, we have a heat index over 100 degrees every day for the last 2 weeks, and we're still under a heat warning here in Florida. And there's 3 things that Mike Lindell is offering at huge discounts with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, at mypillow.com that will make it so that no matter what the temperature is, no matter how high, and this has an opposite effect in the summer, they'll keep you in the winter, you will be kept the perfect temperature, just like Goldilocks, all night long, no matter how hot it is this summer, even over 100 degrees. Number 1 is the 3-inch MyPillow Mattress Topper 2.0. I sleep on all these things I'm going to share with you right now. It has cooling technology in it that perfectly regulates your body temperature. It's amazing. And the 3-inch MyPillow Mattress Topper 2.0 comes in every mattress size. And it also is 40% off and free shipping with our promo code Kane at checkout. Next, the MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. They come in every size, and there's many different colors, there's patterns and everything. Just $29.98 with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. Now, the Giza Cotton is the finest cotton in the world. It's 100% Giza Cotton, the MyPillow sheets, and those perfectly regulate your body temperature too. And then, of course, the MyPillow 2.0 with the patented fill inside that Mike Lindell invented, but the cover is made out of that new material he's discovered with cooling technology that keeps your head and face the perfect temperature all night long. So that's buy one, get one free, the MyPillow 2.0 with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout. So with the MyPillow 2.0, the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, and the 3-inch MyPillow Mattress Topper 2.0, my wife and I are not even aware of what the temperature is outside or in the room. We are the perfect temperature always. So go and order these, and they make great gifts too. You can also order by phone, toll free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout. All right, now I'm going to share one thing here about the movies over the weekend. This one's Snow White. I know a lot of people are making a big deal about the Barbie movie. I mean, if this were like the 80s or 90s, maybe. Are girls into Barbies anymore? I don't know. Ben Shapiro did some weird thing where he burned a Barbie doll. I mean, come on. And then he did this commentary with a Barbie house behind him. There's certain things that I can. We know what virtue signaling is. A lot of conservatives do that too. Conservative virtue signaling. And Matt Gaetz and his wife went and saw the Barbie movie at the premiere. And Matt Gaetz' wife gave just the best review of the Barbie movie. She said every man in the new Barbie movie is either a racist or a loser. That's what Matt Gaetz' wife said, and I think that's a good descriptor. And Oppenheimer, I'm going to see Oppenheimer when it's available on television. It's like very, very long. And they're making such a big deal about it. I haven't really heard any reviews of Oppenheimer, but they're making such a big deal about it in the media, and it makes me think if anybody has seen Oppenheimer, I want to hear from you on this, and I don't mind spoilers. At the end, they drop 2 bombs, okay? We know that. We know how it ends. It's like Titanic, all right? We knew how that ended. But if anyone saw Oppenheimer over the weekend, I'd like to know, does it make America the villain for dropping the bombs? Because Hollywood and the media are making such a hype about Oppenheimer, it must accuse us of doing the wrong thing for dropping the bombs, which, by the way, was the right thing to do. People forget how bad the Japanese were and the things they were doing back then. But there was a movie made many years ago with Dwight Schultz playing Oppenheimer. Remember Dwight Schultz? He was Murdoch on the A-Team. And Paul Newman played the general that Matt Damon plays in this one. I can't remember the general's name. And it was called Fat Man and Little Boy, and that was a very good movie. It covers the whole thing, and it was very, very good. But Hollywood, the A-list Hollywood is just making too big of a deal about this movie. It's got to portray us as being war criminals. It's got to. So, but if you saw the movie, which I don't know, who's going to go see a movie in the theater these days that's like 3 hours long? I couldn't even imagine doing that. But if you saw Oppenheimer, I'd like to hear from you on this. But I do have a clip on another movie that's not yet come out, Snow White. And I will talk about this because there's some problems with this movie. One, Snow White's not white. And now I know there are some fictional characters that don't have to be white. Santa Claus does not have to be white. When my daughter was little, some of our Christmas decorations we had some black Santas in the house. We had one black Santa that sat on an end table, and you push a button and he would sing and dance. And we had white Santa too, okay? But we also had black Santa Claus. And Steve and some callers would make fun of me for that. But we had some black Santa Claus stuff. Somebody actually gave us the dancing, singing Santa, the black Santa. Somebody gave us that. But you know, the Snow White movie has two problems with it. One, the seven dwarfs are not midgets; they only the one. I was talking about that the other day. And Snow White's not white. And there's a third problem. Snow White's not pretty. And the evil queen is Gal Gadot, who plays Wonder Woman, who is like as beautiful as a woman can be. So I don't know why one of the most beautiful women on earth would be jealous of this unattractive girl that's playing Snow White. That on the face of it, that makes no sense. But the reason I bring this up, I want to play this one clip. This is an interview on a red carpet with Gal Gadot and the non-white actress playing Snow White, okay, talking about the movie. And I just want to play this and make a couple comments. I don't want to get sidetracked on movies too much, but let me just play this. Gal Gadot and the non-white Snow White on the red carpet being interviewed by a very effeminate entertainment reporter.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on set. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
Okay, so, yeah, I know. So, Snow White's not, she's not looking for true love's kiss, and she's not going to be saved by the prince. And Gal Gadot is very excited about that part of it. You know, I just say, you know, what's happened in Hollywood, and I know, isn't that ridiculous? I know, it's so ridiculous. It's hard to get upset at Snow White and Barbie, okay, when Fox News is donating to the Satanic Temple and Planned Parenthood. I get it. But what's happened in entertainment since Harvey Weinstein is man-hating lesbians have taken over Hollywood. And, you know, and what's happened is since the man-hating lesbians have taken over Hollywood, which is true, you know, you look at the content they're putting out. You have Snow White, where is the prince going to be a womanizing drunk? Is there even a prince? Right? You know, you look at Barbie, where Matt Gaetz' wife says every man in the movie is either a racist or a loser. You know, this is how they portray men now. And, you know, Megyn Kelly at that Turning Point USA event I was at last week, she was talking about college girls are having such a hard time finding guys, because what they've done with the way men are portrayed since the Harvey Weinstein Me Too thing, which has been a few years now, has turned men into girls, and really not even necessary. And that's a problem. And the reason it's a problem is because our birth rate is so low. You know, I read an article today that so many illegals have come in under Biden that let me get the number here because I don't want to misstate. It equals the population of a lot of states combined. Let me get the number right. I probably shouldn't do this now because I got to scroll through my stack of stuff. Okay. The Biden administration has released thousands of kids infected with tuberculosis. That's pretty big. The illegals, a lot of them have tuberculosis. I'll find the story in a minute. Well, anyway, I remember. I was just going to verify. Equaling the population of like 35 states, right? Because of this feminization, lesbianized Hollywood power brokers out there doing away with men and the necessity of men and portraying men like they do, okay, our birth rate of our population is down by all these different things that are happening. And we're being overtaken by the illegals. Yeah, the total number of illegal aliens, I found the story, who entered the United States under Joe Biden is more than the population of 35 states. So this talk about the great replacement theory is factual. You know, you look at what's going on. The American population in the childbearing years do not have the kind of sex that results in pregnancies often enough to keep the birth rate up. Okay? You know, half of them are gay. Another quarter or some other gender, right? So I don't know how many you have left that are like straight, and how do these guys even find girls that are interested in guys, or vice versa? Because there's so much weird stuff coming on. So we've got a big problem in this country that is happening right now, and we may not realize it for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. But we are a country in decline because we are not, our birth rate is so low compared to the influx of the illegals that are coming here. And what's happening here is we're being replaced. It's not a racial thing. You know, they want to make it a racial thing. It's not racial. It's not ethnic. They're replacing the middle class with a peasant class. The peasant class from Latin America is replacing the American middle class. That's what all these different things are doing. And this thing with Snow White, you know, little girls are going to see Snow White. They don't need a man. They don't need no prince. They don't need a man. They're teaching them to be manless, man-hating lesbians too. It sounds crazy and extreme to say that, but that's what's going on here. And Gal Gadot has a big man problem because the director of Wonder Woman was very abusive to her during the filming of the last Wonder Woman movie. So she's got a big man-hating problem, so she's very excited to have men taken out of the equation in Hollywood. All right, we're coming up on our top of the hour break. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It's a big problem, guys. 1-888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. And don't forget, if you ever miss a portion of the show or an entire show, go to our radio station website, trueoldiesfla.com, and each day the show is uploaded as a podcast and archived there forever. We'll be right back.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, here's the oldies forecast.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm first morning meteorologist Vanessa Mann from WPBF 25 News. Another heat advisory for Palm Beach County until this evening. We'll see low temperatures climbing into the triple digits. We'll see low rain chances for today due to the Sahara and thus impacting South Florida today and tomorrow. The heat is on tomorrow once again with those temperatures climbing into the 90s. Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture, Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture, voted in the best of the best patio store in Palm Beach County. PalmBeachPatioFurniture.com, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
In Broward County, a right shoulder is still blocked by a crash. 95 making the final Florida heading. Stopping the traffic in one back to Cypress Street Road. This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit card fees only $30. Your first year can automatically double all the cash back you earn. That's right, everything is double. Restaurants all double. Check it out for yourself at discover.com/man. That's shopping in Florida.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. The poker room at PBKC features daily cash games, mega bad beat jackpots, and big money tournaments. Plus, daily high hands every 20 minutes from 9 a.m. to midnight. $250 Sunday through Wednesday and $500 on Friday and Saturdays. Plus, tournament players earn points toward cash prizes and big buy-ins. Visit our newly expanded casino table game area with Ultimate Texas Hold'em and 3-card poker with just a
You know, somebody said something about Generation X, of which I am a member of. This changing of Twitter to X, which seems bizarre. I read an article this morning that was talking about that Elon Musk is obsessed with the letter X. Is him changing the name have anything to do with him being Gen X? Do you guys know? I don't know. But I think that may have something to do with it. Yeah. It seems bizarre when you have such a brand like that to change the name. I don't quite get that. It's like when Facebook changed to Meta. But, you know, hey, he sends rockets into space. He's smarter than me. He's the richest African American. So, Elon Musk. Who am I to question the richest African American? That's right. All right, we're coming back.
Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Callers on hold. Stand by. Steve joining us. Hey, Steve. Oh, my goodness. Lots of craziness happening today.
Well, more than craziness, I'm starting to believe, after looking at this round of election results, that the voters may be really getting it.
Oh, Trump has no competition. Trump has no competition. There are no competitors. They're so far behind. I mean, my God, he's 34 points ahead of Nikki Haley in South Carolina, where she was twice elected governor. 30 points ahead of DeSantis in Florida, where he's twice elected governor. He's over 20 points ahead of DeSantis in Iowa. And
what's your overall reaction to that? I mean, do you
the other ones are fake candidates put up by Trump haters like Fox and the Lincoln Project and others, and Paul Ryan and the Bushes. Yeah.
Me, I'll bounce off you what I make of it. But it seems like for the first time, the voters, I'm starting to get the feeling the voters really get what's going on.
I think they always did, but the press were able to hide it and you know, when you look at how bad things are in the country right now with the economy and everything, it's just they can't hide it anymore. Trump has zero competition in this race. In fact, he's even ahead of Biden in most of the polling that's coming out today. So, well, let's take some calls. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm sorry. This is Barbara in Baltimore.
Hey, Barbara. What's up?
Hi. How are you? I'm glad all of you are doing good this morning. Listen, you've nailed something. A couple of things you've been, of course, you're always on it, Brian. But as far as population reduction, I think Kamala Harris let that cat out of the bag at some speech that she made about, and that is a part of the plan.
Yeah.
We're being destroyed from within, morally and economically. And when you talk about physiological, it's what's happening with men and women. And it's almost as if they're purposefully trying to replace heterosexuality with homosexuality.
Yeah.
There's no more productive.
You know, if you watch TV commercials, okay, and there's a husband and wife, and they're like a man and a woman, the woman's always the man. Like I was watching the other one the other day about putting furniture together, and the woman was putting the furniture together while the husband watched because he didn't know what he was doing. You know, this gender stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Relating the men, and you know, as far as men, because yesterday I called you yesterday, and you know, I have dated white men, and I'm just saying, men, a macho man. That's what we love about Donald Trump.
That's why they hate him. That's one of the reasons they hate him.
That's what they're taking away from.
Well, they want you know what they want? They want men like Ken in the Barbie movie, men that have no penis.
Wonders, and it's not going to happen. Now, it's just not going to happen. You can't win a war in high heels, and nobody knows that better than the Chinese and the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that going on in their military now. We've got gender affirming surgery going on.
Well, now this story about Fox donating to the Satanic Temple and Planned Parenthood and everything. I mean, my goodness, this is what's going on at Fox News. This story that you probably did you not hear earlier, Steve, when I was covering that story? Okay, I'll recap it in a bit because Glenn Beck at The Blaze uncovered what I believe is the biggest story he has broken in his career, and Fox News they've gone way too far with this.
Yeah, I mean, what do you make of it?
I think they're a bunch of devil worshippers over there. I think is what they are. The story. This is what's happened. Yeah, that's right.
And that's what it shows you. But I'm sure all of the people who work there may not know what's going on.
Well, what happened? Hey, Barbara, thanks for the call. Let me recap this story just a little bit for people that are just tuning in and give Steve some more details on it. Okay, Fox. Okay. Glenn Beck at the Blaze has a lot of people that work there that used to work at Fox, and there's one of the reporters at the Blaze was contacted by people who work at Fox. Fox has this internal charitable donation program going on. They have an app. It's called Fox Giving. This is not on television. This is internal. And any employee who donates to charities on this app, Fox will match the donation up to $1,000. And some of the charities include Planned Parenthood, which is, what they do. They're national and also local chapters of Planned Parenthood. The Southern Poverty Law Center, which is a left-wing group, but they're the best of all these bad ones. They'll also match charitable donations to the Trevor Project, which helps children get sex change operations. And they also match Fox donations to the Satanic Temple. And this is a hardcore, active Satanic Temple. It's just not a bunch of people that walk around dressed as goth. This Satanic Temple all practice many terrible things, including unbaptism ceremonies on people, which I've never heard of before. And these people at Fox contacted the Blaze, and the Blaze verified the story. They were given access by these whistleblowers at Fox. They went on and they donated $1 to the Satanic Temple, Planned Parenthood, the transgender ones, and all of them, and got verification that Fox matched those donations. So then, Glenn Beck and the Blaze, they didn't publicize the story. They went to Fox for comment, and they sat on it for a while waiting. And since they're all Fox people, they got the cell phone numbers of all the top people. They got no calls back. They got no comments, and Fox didn't correct this. And Glenn Beck said, I thought when we alerted them to this, they would have said, you know what, we didn't know that this was the way it was and this was going on and we've stopped it, but they've not, and it continues today. So these people over at Fox, like Harris Faulkner and Hannity and all the other proud Christians over there, have some explaining to do. And this is the final nail in the coffin for Fox News Channel. And I'm hoping, because Glenn Beck, since he broke this story, he's pushing it pretty hard. I'm imagining this week he'll talk to some other media people about it, like Megyn Kelly, and I'm hoping he'll do something with Tucker so that they can get this story out. But Steve, there's just no excuses for Fox. I don't understand why they are doing this and why they didn't stop it. No, they've not.
The way I see, when I heard the story, when I first heard it, I said Fox has really lost. They've been doing so badly in the ratings. Their whole structure has basically collapsed, and they're desperately flailing out. That's what I see. To try to, they've lost their minds. In essence, is really what's happening in a desperate attempt to reverse. More horrific than even we admit.
Well, what it looks like they're doing is trying to replace the good Fox viewers with Satanic Temple people and Planned Parenthood supporters.
Nothing else is working, and they're in free fall. That's what I see.
Well, this story is, I agree with everything you said. This story is going to take a while to circulate because most people that do things like we do don't want to badmouth Fox because they want to be invited to be a pundit. Oh, they're done. Yeah, but it's going to, even though it's not even though that a lot of people are going to sit on this story, it's going to grow and grow and grow. And, they're doing this Fox Giving through a third-party company, charitable company. So they very easily could have said, we had no idea. We found this out and we stopped it, and this is outrageous. But they didn't. And it continues even till today.
do a turnaround on it.
Well, it's too late because they were alerted at least a week ago by Glenn Beck, at least, if not longer, and they did nothing. Since they've done nothing, it's an endorsement of what it is that they're doing. So we'll take our first break of this hour, but I hope Glenn Beck, it's been a long time since Glenn Beck's been relevant, okay? And I think he's aware of that. So he's going to, it's an important story, but I think he's going to hit this one really hard all week long because he sees some relevancy again.
Do you know that?
It's all, yeah, but that's symbolic at this point. Yeah. I don't know about that. The new trend with people, you see this with Biden with the bribes, they think the attention span of the American people is very short and something else will come out and take this out of the news cycle. I don't think they'll be so quick to reverse it. All right, listen, we're going to take our break. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-CANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
What do you guys think? Yes or no? Do you think they'll reverse it?
How would you like a free doorbell?
Do you think they'll reverse it?
You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera. I wish we had them for everyone, but the first 40 true oldies channel listeners to call 833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your
I mean, if they haven't reversed it already, why would they do it now?
You can see your home right from the palm of your hand. And that's not all. Sloman's going to give you a free customized home security system.
It's almost like they want to be destroyed, right? I mean, if you were trying to destroy Fox, you wouldn't even think of something like this. This is so bad. No, Ed Sullivan and the Beatles was before my time. So I don't remember that. Well, call, get your doorbell camera. I was 7 years before I was born. Everyone on the air at Fox News has made a deal with the devil literally now. They've been bought off with the huge salaries. I'm not a fan of Aldi. I don't like Aldi. I have one in my neighborhood. I've gone there a few times. I kiss, not mine. All right, we're coming back. My wife and I, we're going to start doing one of those meal things where they send you the food. It's just the two of us now, so, you know, we got an empty house and the dog. So. We're going to give it a try. I don't know if we'll stick with it.
On 96.9 FM and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, we're back. Call us on hold. Stand by. I'm Brian. Steve Kane's here. You know, during the break, someone said they want a free doorbell camera. Well, you can get one. You just got to be one of the first 40 listeners to call 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. And you'll get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with the installation of your Sloman's Shield. So you can see your home no matter where you are. My daughter got one of these without even telling me. I was going to get it for her, and she called and did it on her own for her new house. Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. You get an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. And if you're one of the first 40 listeners to call 833-283-5050, you'll get a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. 833-283-5050. All right, let's go back to the phone. Yeah.
Between the two stories you covered so far.
Which ones?
Well, number one, you're talking about the Snow White thing and the Hollywood Now crazy thing.
Yeah.
And the Fox thing. And number two, the election results. I mean, now that they're sort of finished, they're at the halfway point in the hearing. Actually, the way they've got it set up, they've got most of the testimony out of the way.
Yeah.
They're more than halfway through the hearings. They are actually now, with all that has come out, and I've followed it closely, and we really don't know how closely America has followed it, but now with these, going by these poll results, they actually think they're going to, America's so stupid that we're going to watch all the stuff we've been watching for the last week or two, and we're just going to say, oh, well, that's fine, let's just go and vote like we always vote. And I think what we're seeing in the voting results is they have miscalculated grossly.
Yeah, I want you to think about this. Think about this, okay? Do you remember why Trump got impeached the one time with Vindman? Do you remember what happened? Okay, I want you to put this in perspective because the media are not putting this in perspective, okay? So President Trump was impeached because he asked if Biden took a bribe from Ukraine, right? President Trump just asked if Biden took the bribe. They impeached him for that. That phone call with Zelensky. Biden took the bribe. They got the proof. They got the witnesses. They got the bank accounts. They got all the receipts. And well, I don't know. Where's the impeachment proceedings against Biden? If you're going to impeach a guy for asking about the crime that Biden did, and now we got the proof that Biden did it, not only should that impeachment be overturned, Biden should be arrested, Steve.
That's the point we're at now. Are they going to, the Democrats are going to try to, pretend that nothing's going on at the end of all this. They're going to try to walk past it. And they believe that America's going to let them get away with it. What the election results show is different. America has been listening, and America is prepared to say no more. This is the line. It's the same principle is going on with Fox. Fox has had their head up their butt for a long time, but they've gone too far this time, and they're going to pay the reap.
Oh yeah, this is huge. This is huge. All right, well, let's take some calls. Our number is toll free. 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Richie. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
You have on this good morning again. On this deal that you have right now, you had 57 minutes, 57 hours of Trump being indicted, and you had no seconds of Biden with all this stuff going on with the Congress. Nothing, not a second on the major networks and the major web, I don't know what they would call it.
Richard, let me appeal to you. Let me appeal to you on what I've said.
Yeah.
Do you think that this this weekend's results, which reflect what's going on right up till before this weekend, Do you see anything dramatic that occurred last week in the election result?
I mean, the polling results, the polls.
Well, Trump keeps going up. I don't know whether
No,
it's...
but I mean, this was dramatic. This was this weekend.
Yeah, but it's being they're blacking it out.
No, in fact, that's not true. In fact, they're not, Richie. It's just you're not. It's what you're watching. But the poll that has these new polls are Fox Business polls, and they're certainly reporting it on Fox. I'm sure between donating to the Satanic Temple.
All right, now here's the deal, Steve.
Dramatic.
Richie thinks that if he doesn't see something, it doesn't exist. It didn't happen.
This what's been reported, that the major networks have given him no time at all.
Yeah.
And they've given, and the indictment on Trump has been 59 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Steve, let me ask.
Do you see
I think Trump is going to pull away. Every week, he's been pulling away every week. I got to ask you a question about your. I got to ask you a question about your. This is about Fox. Your professional line of radio business. How many years are you in the business?
Steve, over 50. Over 50.
How many format changes with stations have you gone through because new management's come in and completely overturned your philosophy on what you put on the radio?
Zero. No, zero. We've never had somebody come in and tell us you can't talk about this, you got to talk about that now.
The station formats have changed.
But the show hasn't. The show hasn't.
The principles that this show, the Steve Kane and Brian Craig show,
Yeah.
that we represent, the seeds go back to the Joe Pine show.
I realize
If you
that.
want to
Not
know
going to
what
ask you
what
nothing.
we do in
So
the same principles that I was doing 48.
Richie, no, hold on. He's calling us phonies.
I don't hear that.
Let me say, how many? I'm not calling you guys phonies. Not at all. Brian always comes up with this craziness. Listen, all I'm saying is this. How many times in your lifetime being on the air, I'm not even talking to Brian on this one, Steve, have you said to a woman at work, boy, you look very beautiful today. I like the way your dress looks. Have you ever complimented a girl in your life?
Yes.
Well, Roger Ailes of Fox News was railroaded, and the women, the liberal women of Fox years ago, attacked Roger Ailes. They attacked all of some of the male hosts that they were.
Richie. He was having. Hold on. Roger Ailes was requiring sex to get jobs at Fox. Yeah, he was requiring women to have sex with him to get jobs on Fox. That's not just complimenting someone's dress. Well, what do you expect? Okay.
People that worked for him in the past. Hold it. All of the males that worked for him.
Really? Go talk to Megyn Kelly. Go talk to Megyn Kelly.
She liked Roger Ailes too.
No, in fact, she made the movie. They made the movie where Charlize Theron played her, and I don't know.
I'm trying to explain to you the format changed when the owners who are leftists from Australia and the Sons took over.
Oh, okay. Finally, okay. Stop. Okay, in the future, Richie, don't try to do the walk down the garden path thing because it was very confusing. What you said at the end is right on the money. We got these lunatic globalist leftists running Fox News, and yeah, you're correct.
And you got Paul Ryan sitting on the board of directors, who's another loony, who's anti-Trump, and he just came out with it. He doesn't want to see Trump win. So the bottom line is, what do you think Fox is going to do? They're going to start more hosts are going to get fired.
They're done. No, Fox is. Listen. Fox is done. This news story that Glenn Beck broke about the donations to Planned Parenthood and stuff, that's going to be the end of Fox as we know it. And this, I'll just say this, and we got a break. I mentioned this to Steve earlier. Glenn Beck has not been relevant for years. It's been a long time since he's had like something relevant. and this is big, and he's going to ride this pretty hard and make sure that everyone's talking about it. So yeah. I saw him. I saw him on Eric Bowling on Friday about it, and I've seen it. Yeah, yep. All right, Richard, we got it. I'm all right. Take care. I know. All right, I know. We just argue. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
I just didn't know where Richie was going. He didn't quite get it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this news story on Fox is the end of Fox? Do you think that this is like so hardcore that they won't survive this one? That this will be it for them? This one is, to me, it's just still numb that it's even real. Where's Gretchen Carlson? Hating on men somewhere.
Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
If it gets out to the masses. Yeah, I'm trying. Well, thank you, Deborah. Glad you like the show. I'm trying to get it out to the masses. I know Glenn Beck is going to push this hard this week. I don't know. Look what happened. I mean, what happened to Bud Light should be happening to Fox over this. Let me ask, what's worse? What's worse? What Bud Light did or Fox donating to the Satanic Temple and Planned Parenthood? I mean, come on. No, actually, there's over 1,200 watching right now.
Texas Hold'em and 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum. Go to pbkennelclub.com.
Looking for the ideal place to host your next meeting or social event? Come to the Ben West Palm. With over 17,000 square feet of event space showcasing our beautiful downtown waterfront, the Ben can provide your attendees a memorable experience. Select from our rooftop Lutheran ballroom, the studio gallery-inspired space, the Kingfisher boardroom, or opt for fresh breezes in the park at Banyan Square. Contact the sales team at the Ben now for great meeting planner specials for the months of April and May. Call today, 561-655-4001.
Brian Craig here with a question for seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a healthcare advocate at the touch of a button? Does that make life easier for you? You can with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will help you set up doctor's appointments, help with your pharmacy, even deal with your pharmacist to make sure that you have your prescriptions. They'll help you find a doctor, including a specialist. If you've been billed improperly by a doctor's office or a hospital, they can help you with that too. They'll even be your advocate when you're in the hospital to make sure you get the care you need and the care you deserve. And that's just the beginning of what they do. I Will Advocates takes care of all Steve Kane's healthcare issues too, and they can do the same for you. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they can be back for their family when you need them the most. Call Debbie at I Will Advocates right now. Toll free 1-877-275-2326. 1-877-275-2326.
Hi, this is Maureen Cohen from Nutrition World Palm Beach Gardens. We're so excited to be celebrating 50 years here in South Florida. The Cohen family started their first health food store in 1972, and ever since have been one of the largest locally owned, family-run health food stores in the area. We carry thousands of supplements like vitamins, minerals, herbs, homeopathics, diet and fitness, and so much more. All your favorite top-quality brands. We also have tons of natural foods like gluten-free, paleo, and organic, as well as health and beauty aids, pet foods, and more. Visit Vanessa, Trish, Denson, Scott, and Bruce. They're here 7 days a week for all your family's natural health needs. So stop by Nutrition World at the northeast corner of PGA Boulevard and Prosperity Farms Road in the Carmine's Market Plaza by the Prosperity entrance. You can call us or text us anytime at 561-626-4377. That's 626-4377. Or check out our website at nutritionworld.com. Come see us 7 days a week at Nutrition World, Palm Beach Gardens.
Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Building Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry for 40 years. We are originally from Connecticut, where our values and work ethic is second to none. We install all kinds of roofs, from asphalt shingle, clay and concrete tile, standing metal seam, slate tile, and flat roof systems. We work with homeowners, HOAs, commercial properties, and churches. We are state of Florida licensed roofing and general contractors. At Laporta Contracting, family is what we are, and roofing and restoration is what we do. We help guide our customers to a successful outcome by constantly informing them every step of the way. At Laporta Contracting, let our family take care of your family. Call me on my cell at 954-604-4602 or visit us on our website at laportacontracting.com. That number again is 954-604-4602.
I hope Tucker gets on board with this Glenn Beck story. That would be beautiful. That would be so huge.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 46 years on the air.
All right, and we have, yeah. Good.
Your problem is you can't stand winning. You can't stand winning. What happens when you cut the head off a snake?
I don't know what am I not winning? What am I not happy about winning? I don't know what you're. The snake dies. Yeah. I guess. I mean, what it's done.
You've never cut the head off a snake. The snake throws around and.
Oh yes. Yep, that's true. That's true. Yeah, like a chicken with the head. Yeah.
Your own head off.
With Tucker.
Your own head off with this nonsense, but the body hasn't stopped moving.
I see.
Okay? I mean, and the proof of that, of what I just said, are this week's election results, which are different in degree from the weeks before it. This has been bigger. It's been more uniform. The public has, in this week's round of election results, the public has said uniformly, we're not going to go for it this time. We're behind Trump.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening across the country? Instead of sitting back and enjoying it and taking credit, because believe me, you deserve some of the credit for this, you sit back moaning it like it's not going on.
I don't agree with you on that. I am. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, what do I sound like? I'm not happy? We're doing well in the polls. I'm very happy.
You're worried that Fox has got some kind of victory here. Fox is dead.
Oh no. I'm helping. This story, this news story about Fox, Steve, is being suppressed. You know what's surprising? Well, this is what I mean, okay? And this is what's bizarre to me. CNN and MSNBC aren't covering the story. Why not? If they're in competition, they should want to take out their competition.
They'll cover it eventually. They're going to have to.
Now, I do have some good news to share, and this is an amazing thing. 2 listeners who met on our last cruise just got engaged to be married over the weekend, Steve. I'm not saying their names yet. They texted me over the weekend. Well, they may not have told their whole family, so I don't want to announce it on the air until I get the okay to do that. But yeah, they did not know each other before the cruise. They met on the cruise, and now they're engaged to be married. So our cruise, we've got our 5th cruise coming up in April. So if you're single and looking, our cruise has turned into a MAGA Love Boat cruise. And so I'm going to give out the number to Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. That's pretty exciting. I'm excited about this, and I know both of them well, and I'm very happy for them both. Call Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot and join us. We're going to the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao on April 27th on the Celebrity Beyond, which is the flagship of Celebrity Cruise Line. It's their newest ship. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. I'm pretty excited about that. We're kind of like we're matchmakers, Steve. April 27th is the cruise. You know, I wonder, they should get married on the next cruise. We can get the captain to do it. Or I'll become a notary and I'll marry them. I don't know. I don't know. But that, you know, maybe we can do at least like a remarriage on the. I don't know. It'd be exciting. I actually went to a wedding on a cruise once, long ago. Not one of our cruises. I was on a cruise and there was a wedding on the ship, and I went to it. It was right when we first went to sea. Into all of these things, I don't want to get. No. I don't want to get too comfortable about our. See, what's happened is, okay, this is what's going on, okay? We've got this senile, corrupt old coot who is a criminal, and everybody knows about this. I mean, for example, there's several things that are going on right now, okay? The economy is tanking, right? Inflation is out of control. The stories that he's a criminal are out there. Him being so feeble is another big problem. You've seen what's going on. Did you see what they're doing on Air Force One? They're getting out the little steps. Have you seen this? Oh, yeah. Biden, you know those, that big long those steps they go up to, and they enter Air Force One up there. They're not doing that anymore. There's a door. There's a lower door, pretty much on the underside of Air Force One. And he's going in on these little baby steps. He goes up like 3 or 4 steps now and goes in the cargo door at the end where they put the luggage because he can't walk up to the... Well, here's the thing, Steve. Here's the thing. If the economy was doing well, people would not care that he is feeble and takes bribes. Like the example I give is Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was being accused of rape and beating women up while he was president, okay? And he went on to get reelected because the economy was doing so well, because we had the technology boom, the internet exploded, Windows and all that stuff, remember? And because of that NASDAQ tech boom, people overlooked all his creepy problems, right? But right now what's going on is prices are through the roof, people are having trouble, there's proxy war in Ukraine, and they remember how perfect things were, even with COVID, with Donald Trump, right? They remember $1.57 a gallon gas. They remember all that stuff with Trump. And that's just people, that old saying, Steve, that has gone out of fashion. People vote their pocketbook. And it's hopeless. Now, what's happened with the Republicans is the never-Trumper pool that these wannabes has gotten smaller. Right? So I think this is what they're going to do, okay? What the anti-Trumper forces are going to do. After the first debate, some of these people are going to start dropping out, and they're going to tell themselves, well, you know, DeSantis only has 14%, but if we get Scott out, he'll get that 3, so he'll be at 17. If we get Haley, they're going to try to get some of these other ones to drop out to try to inflate one of them, DeSantis or one of the others, to take their support. But they're still going to be far behind Trump. He's still 30 points in the lead. You know, I mean, it's the never-Trumper pool is much smaller than it used to be. Oh, yeah.
It's every state.
Well, the biggest poll today, for me personally, okay, is this Fox Business poll that shows Trump is 34 points ahead of Nikki Haley in South Carolina. South Carolina is a big primary state, and she's the twice-elected governor of South Carolina. Now, they're not polling in Florida because it's so bad, but in the last polls in Florida, Trump's 30 points ahead, about 28 to 30 points ahead of DeSantis. He's the sitting governor and twice elected in Florida. And so you got 2 governors twice elected that are 30-plus points behind Trump in their own states. That's a historic poll, and that's a historic result. Now, listen, we're going to take our last break for the Gold Report. We come back in the last segment. We'll take some calls. We've covered a lot on the program today. You're welcome to call in about anything we've covered so far at 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the first look at gold and the other precious metals for the week. William Youngerman, how the metals looking?
We've seen this trading range for a very long time now, but the markets on Friday gave back $8.10 on gold, closing out the week at $1,960.90 the ounce, while silver was down 18 cents at $24.54. Platinum and palladium both gaining, platinum gaining $6 at $9.62, and palladium gaining $16 at $1,262. This morning we see gold is higher at up $5.70 right now at $1,966.60 the ounce, while silver is down 4 cents at $24.50. Platinum unchanged at $9.62, and palladium up $8 at $1,270. The dollar continues to be slightly stronger today and above the 100 number on the dollar index, which is was taken out last week, and we'll see if that can happen again. That'll push metals back up again.
Yeah, absolutely. And how's 90% silver looking these days? Is it a good buy or is it a hold time for that?
90% silver is very affordable right now. Yes, indeed. It's back to the old low ratios of premium, and you can buy 90% at a very good value right now.
Can you tell people real quick what that is? Because a lot of you out there have a lot of silver. You don't even know about it. Can you tell people what 90% silver is?
90% silver are coins that were made in the United States, 1964 and earlier, dimes, quarters, and half dollars that were made out of 90% pure silver, and they've traded a premium over their silver value.
Yeah, and in the last few years, they've become incredibly popular. So popular, in fact, a lot of people who are really into 90% silver have been holding back. But William Youngerman's telling us now's a great time, you 90% silver people, which is, and that's a fun thing to collect. Some people buy it like by the bag. It's very popular, and it's a lot of fun, too, the 90% silver. Listen, William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. Stop right in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. You can find him online at williamyoungerman.com or give him a call, 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day.
All right, back after this.
Take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the...
All right. Yeah, and Steve, these numbers you're talking about, which are just spectacular with Trump. I mean, Steve, this is historic, right? I mean, historic.
The whole country was...
Oh, yeah. I mean, and think about it, Steve. Trump has these historically high poll numbers when he's had the entire media every day just after him, and they're arresting him and
what's happening. They're seeing it clearly. They understand the more outrageous their attacks on Trump become. I'm talking about the establishment. The worse they come after him, the public is seeing it for what it is.
Yeah.
Poll numbers go up. The worse they beat him up.
Yep.
His poll numbers.
Yeah, and I wanted to say this thing about Levin. I did watch Levin a little bit because I wanted to see. I watched it on Twitter this morning. I don't watch Fox News. They give money to the Satanic Temple and Planned Parenthood. But I did watch Mark Levin a little bit online this morning because I heard what he was going after the judge. He did almost his whole show, from what I understand, going against Judge Cannon, who's the Trump judge here in Florida, the documents case, and he was really going off on her. I think he was a little short-sighted, and I think what Levin was doing, since he did that suck-up interview with DeSantis last week, didn't ask him any real questions or anything, he's trying to butch up with Trump to try to get on Trump's side, and he went after Cannon. This judge, Steve, I think Mark Levin was completely wrong about her. A couple things. I think she's trying to give the impression that, she's not with Trump. She wants people to know she's a fair judge and all this stuff. But the trial date, PJ sent me a text about this. I didn't realize this. The trial date that she set will put this trial within the 90-day window of the voting, which it is. They do not have legal proceedings 90 days out before elections. That's been a long-held American tradition. And I think she set this trial date up knowing that it's not going to happen because of the votes. So I don't think she's against Trump. I think she's actually did quite possibly Trump a favor by setting that trial date when she did it. She could have set that trial date any day, and she set it where it will fall within those 90 days of the voting. So I don't know why he was so angry with her, because I think she's on our side, which means the side of justice. Yeah. So I'm not worried about this judge at all. Now, if this were some Virginia, Obama, Biden, Carter, I'm sure there's Carter judges around, they're just old, I'd be worried. That I would worry about. But I'm not worried about this Florida judge at all. I'm not. I was hoping that she would get it earlier so we could get this out of the way. But the date...
With new charges
yeah.
we're going to continue to do.
Mm-hmm.
Once the public is aware of what's happening, it's all going to backfire against them.
I think they are aware. I think they are aware of what's happening. That's why all this has happened. You look at what's going on here. With all these, they've had 3 indictments in 3 months. If you include the one that hasn't come through yet with the D.C. grand jury that they sent the letter of intent on. Okay, so we'll count that. That's 1 a month. So with the public, it looks like what it is. They have weaponized and politicized federal law enforcement, and people don't like that. And they see what it is.
It's scary, is what it is.
It would be scary if they were winning.
Yes. And to be honest with you, I'm astounded that the public is so sharp on this.
Yeah. No, why?
Surprised, I must say.
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised at all. A lot of
watching these hearings, which I did every day, that they would think the American public could sit through that and watch that and still fall for their nonsense.
Yeah.
Shows that they're in outer space now.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, they are definitely. Well, this is the thing. When you're in politics or you're in the media, you lose the touch of the pulse of your audience, you're done. And what's happened is these anti-Trump forces that are behind all of these wannabe candidates, they're in this bubble of Trump derangement syndrome sufferers, and they've lost touch with reality and how the American people feel about things. And that's one of the reasons they're doing so poorly, too.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Leslie from Florida.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, yeah. It's a little excessive. Every month they're indicting him. I mean, does the people, they must think that, I guess they do. They think
yes, is the answer.
They think they're stupid as heck. Yeah. I mean, it's excessive. And I heard that, was it Jim Jordan's kind of bending on his knees, not wanting to impeach Biden and all those other people. What's the deal? What's the whole?
I don't know about that. No, Jim Jordan. No. Jim Jordan said that his committee is about done with their investigation, so we're going to get some conclusions. I mean, Biden. It is now a fact. People have testified under penalty of perjury, and they have the evidence that Biden took the bribe, the $10 million bribe from Burisma to get that prosecutor off their back. I mean, if you think that's the only bribe Biden ever took?
Oh, God, no. I mean, we're waiting patiently to get them do something. How about Nancy Pelosi saying...
Well, no, but you got to be a little patient. Like, there's another development that came out today. part of these congressional committees, they just haven't released their findings. This is what's going to happen. We have these different committees, the Jordan Committee, the Comer Committee with Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're going to come with their findings, and then the next will be the Impeachment Committee, okay? But they have to have the evidence collected and all the testimony and everything completed before they can have the impeachment. You just can't say we're impeaching him, and this is a legal process, okay? And like, for example, another piece of evidence came out. They have cell phone records of when Hunter is doing these dirty deals with these people. He called his dad 25 times while he was with them. And they have the evidence of that from the phone records. So he's doing that. So he's on the meeting via speakerphone or something. You know, Biden. They have got all kinds of evidence. Biden is going to be impeached. Yeah, but we got to be a little patient, because it's not just knowing it. You have to have all the evidence and testimony done in a very legal fashion. You have to have evidence that you're introducing to have it done. We just can't say, well, we know we did it.
Margin of, if you look at the margin that we have, it's a slim margin. I mean,
yeah.
Basically, we only have a couple of
in the House, yeah, and we'll lose some of these traitor Republicans will side with Biden. So yeah, but the evidence is so overwhelming. You know, and there's a big question about the 10 million. Where's the money? Well, Mark Levin last night said something I've not heard anyone say. He said that he asked that question, where's the money? He says they're still hiding it somewhere. And I believe that Mark Levin has been told by someone in the know that there's some bank account somewhere where the Bidens are hiding all of this money, that it has not been spent. We thought it was spent, but they're hiding it somewhere. I don't think Mark Levin just said that.
Well, good, I'll talk to you. That ship you're going on, I've been on that, to be honest. Absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
Ship.
Yeah, I took a tour of that. Yeah, it's a beautiful ship. I took a tour of it with your wife, Steve.
I went on it because I wanted to meet the captain. You know, first female captain, American captain.
Captain Kate.
Really nice.
Captain Kate.
I've got pictures with her.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, you'll love that cruise. I said I had to go on that. I was going to go on Apex with you guys. I said, I got a better deal on a suite. And I was like, nah, I got to go be Captain Kate.
You'd rather meet Captain Kate than us. Okay, you were doing so well till you said that. All right, take care. Appreciate it. Oh, my goodness. No, when Mark Levin said that, that was so outside the norm of anything I've heard anyone say. Someone in the know, and Mark Levin knows Trump, and he knows all these people in Washington. I think Mark Levin's got some insider information when he said, where's the money? They're still hiding it somewhere. And that's interesting, because I just assumed that they spent it, but apparently not. And I wouldn't be surprised, Steve, if it's in a bank in Ukraine. I bet you, I would not shock me at all that if it's in a Ukrainian bank. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
All right. Hey, you know what? I've been listening to you for a while, and you said it makes you sick that these people are devil worshippers, right? Well, you know you're a devil worshipper too, right?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the. I'm waiting. Because I what?
You worship Trump, right?
No, I don't worship Trump. I worship Jesus Christ.
You worship Trump. You know.
I love and honor Trump.
God. Trump said he's a god. He said he's a demigod.
Uh-huh.
That means you worship him.
No, I don't worship him. I don't worship Trump. I honor him. I love him. I respect him, but I don't worship Trump.
He's a god.
No, he's not a god.
Yes, he is.
No. What? Now you're worshiping him. Now you're telling us he's a god.
You got your one line.
I don't worship Trump.
Where do you go? Where do we go from here?
He thought we'd have hung up by then, Steve. He didn't prepare.
He said he had an issue with these people, and he said it made him sick. That these people were giving money, you know what I mean, and these people were devil worshippers. Man, you got callers, you got people that's calling you every day that's devil worshippers. They worship the devil. You know what I mean?
The only person that said Trump is a god in this conversation is you.
Okay, look it up on the internet. He's a demigod. You know what a demigod is?
Where do you go Where do you
But
go
do you know what a
got your
demigod
one
is?
line out. Where do you go after the one line? Okay, so we worship Trump. So
No, you haven't answered my question. Do you know what a demigod is?
No.
Well,
Yes.
a demigod,
To you.
a demigod is like Jesus, all right?
No. 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 Jesus is not a demigod. No.
Put your teeth in first.
Yeah, and get off the speakerphone. Now, Steve, you got one of those fancy classical educations. I thought like a demigod is like a child of a god, like you're a child between a god and a mortal. You know, like Clash of the Titans, like Clash of the Titans. Yeah, but he doesn't know it. Hercules. Huh? What? Oh my. The son of a goose?
Son of Zeus.
Of juice? Juice like OJ Simpson?
Right, whatever. Hey, but he was the son of a Jew. He was.
What? Did you just say he was a son of a Jew? Did it sound like he said he was a son? Oh my goodness.
See, now don't try to change the subject. No, don't try to change the subject. My point is that you're doing the same thing they doing.
No, well, you're very lucky. We're out of time. But thank you for your call. Boy, oh boy. The rest of you on hold, stand by. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. If you remain on hold, you'll be first in line tomorrow at 6. I'm Brian Steve Kane's here. God bless America and God bless Donald Trump.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic.
All right, guys, I got to run. I'll see you soon. Take care.